Like a winding dragon, it stretches across lofty mountains and rugged ridges. This is China's Great Wall. More than just a wall. It is a 2,000-year epic etched in stone, spanning over 21,000 kilometers, long enough to circle halfway around the Earth.
Since the 7th century BC, people of this land have stacked bricks and stones with their own hands, crossing deserts, valleys, and cliffs, building this world wonder brick by brick.
Truly an ancient super project of China. It was forged not only to defend against invaders, but also to bind a vast empire together. Don't just see it as a wall. This was a sophisticated, ancient information system.
Every few hundred meters, its beacon towers served as signal stations. By day, smoke rose. By night, flames blazed, allowing military alerts to flash across 1,000 miles toward the capital.
The beacon tower system of the Great Wall could transmit military alerts across 1,000 miles within hours. Far faster than human messengers. When commanders in the capital received warning signals from these beacons, they would immediately mobilize troops to reinforce defenses based on the urgency of the situation. Its stone slabs were fitted so tightly that not even a slip of paper could wedge between them. Through 2,000 years of wind and rain, these stones still stand as enduring proof of the ancients' wisdom and resiliency. Yanmen Pass stands as an outstanding representative of ancient Chinese military defense engineering. During the era of cold weapons, it held immense strategic value as a critical frontline defense for Central Plains dynasties against invasions by northern nomadic tribes.
This historic fortress has witnessed countless wars and military events, bearing profound historical and cultural significance.
Historical elements such as King Wuling of Zhao, Li Mu, Wei King, Hua Qujing, and Yang Yi have endowed Yanmen Pass with a profound historical heritage. Shanghai Pass, the only fortress connecting mountains, plains, and the sea, serving as the eastern starting point of the Ming Dynasty Great Wall. Jiayuguan Pass, historically revered as the throat of the Hexi Corridor, stands as a formidable stronghold perched at a strategically vital location. Renowned for its majestic architecture and celebrated as the first frontier fortress of Hexi, it is hailed as the greatest fortress under heaven. As the westernmost pass of the Ming Great Wall, its construction began in 1372. When winter descends, the Great Wall transforms into a silver-scaled dragon, coiling along the mountain ridges. Under clear skies, the snow glitters like diamond dust, while overcast days render the ancient walls in monochrome elegance, a living embodiment of the classic scene: silver serpents dancing over mountains, waxed elephants charging across plains. The Great Wall stands as the backbone of the Chinese nation, a stony epic forged through 2 millennia of frontier history.
As the greatest military defense system of the pre-gunpowder era, it remains an eternal symbol of Chinese civilization's unyielding spirit.
Huangshan towers majestically within the territory of Huangshan City in southern Anhui Province, China. The mountain stretches approximately 40 kilometers from north to south. It is about 30 kilometers wide from east to west. Huangshan was originally named Yishina because its peaks and rocks are dark blue. It got its name because, when viewed from a distance, it looks dark green. Legend has it that Emperor Xunyuan once collected herbs and refined elixirs here and attained immortality. Huangshan was originally named Yishina because its peaks and rocks are dark blue. Issued an imperial edict to rename Yishan as Huangshan. The name Huangshan has thus been in use ever since. Huangshan is praised by the world as a fairyland on earth and the most marvelous mountain under heaven. Huangshan pines are remarkable for their extraordinarily tenacious vitality and unique natural shapes. It is endowed not only with magical pines, but also with the 5 wonders of strange rocks, sea of clouds, hot springs, and winter's snow. It also enjoys the great reputation that once you climb Mount Huangshan, you will find no other mountains worth seeing in the world. This is Yuping Peak of Huangshan Mountain, which is 1,700 meters above sea level. It is the must-pass path for people to climb Mount Huangshan. This peak is not named for its steepness, nor is it a peak that stands out for its beauty. Yet more than 1,000 years ago, because a pine tree took root here, it has thus become a paragon of Huangshan's premier scenic spots. This is none other than the guest greeting pine. More than 1,000 years have passed since then. No one knows that its trunk reaches a height of 10 meters. Its crown covers an area of 147 square meters, and its crown is flat. The guest greeting pine, with strong and vigorous branches. How did the guest greeting pine take root in the crevices of Huangshan's granite that had been weathered for hundreds of millions of years in the first place? Its proud and tenacious character never fails to inspire amazement and admiration. June 1996. Walter von Droste, former director of the World Heritage Center of UNESCO, inspected Huangshan City. He once stood before the guest greeting pine, gave a thumbs up, and praised Huangshan as China's business card. "I am proud of it!" The guest greeting pine stands like a figure stretching out its arms to welcome guests from afar. Guest greeting pine. Huangshan's gift to the world. China's gesture of welcoming the world. Climbing Huangshan. You can choose to climb the mountain on foot, by cable car, or via other means according to your own needs. You can appreciate the different beauties of Huangshan. When you stand atop the peaks of Huangshan, it feels as if you have stepped into a dreamlike wonderland of sea of clouds. That sea of clouds is like a vast, boundless white ocean. Turbulent waves, endless and continuous. The sea of clouds is sometimes as soft as silk, gently caressing every mountain peak, draping them in a layer of hazy tulle. You can't see the edge at a glance. In winter, Huangshan is covered in silvery white with ice sculptures and jade-like formations. Branches are covered with glittering and translucent snowflakes. And the peaks are also blanketed in white snow, forming beautiful pictures of snow scenery. The winter snow is also hailed as the fifth wonder of Huangshan. The strange rocks of Huangshan come in myriads of different shapes. Some look like humans and some like animals. Some reflect certain myths, legends, and historical stories. As for monkey watching the sea, when viewed from a distance, all of them are vivid and lively, full of interest. During the Quaternary Glacial period, the Huangshan area was once covered by glaciers. The movement of glaciers exerted tremendous abrasion and transportation effects on the rocks. Causing some rocks to be carved into various strange shapes. Such as horn peaks, arêtes, cirques, and so on. After the glaciers melted, these rocks, shaped by glacial processes, remained among the peaks and valleys of Huangshan, and became unique landscapes of strange rocks. As the sun sets, the setting sun drapes Huangshan in a gossamer veil of gold and crimson. The peaks gradually fade into the twilight. The strange rocks take on a different appearance in the afterglow. In ancient times, there was no path to Huangshan's Tiandu Peak. It was difficult to climb to the summit. In existing written records, Monk Dayun of the Tang Dynasty was the first person to reach the summit of Tiandu Peak. He once went through innumerable dangers. He scaled the cliffs from the east side all the way to the summit.
And he left a poem titled Climbing Tiandu Peak on a Sheer Cliff.
In the Ming Dynasty, monk Pullman led a group of monks to climb up from the west side. They also reached the summit. Later generations chiseled stones to build a path from the west side of Tiandu Peak. From then on, the number of people climbing the peak began to increase. From then on, the number of people climbing the peak began to increase. Sunrise, sea of clouds.
the peculiar pines.
Winter snow.
Gongmeng Ding,
Sihai Grand Canyon.
Lianhua Peak,
Felidausto.
Sunset glow.
life is just like this.
Like climbing a mountain.
Like climbing a mountain.
It's not about reaching the top of the mountain, you know?
When you reach the top of the mountain, you'll find there's another mountain ahead. If you have time, you could also pay a visit to Hongshan.
Welcome to Chengdu, China. Chengdu, China, where pandas, spice, and slow-living meet. Chengdu, spice capital, panda homeland, birthplace of tea house culture. Where 3,000 years of history meets modern vibes. Whether it's for the cute pandas or the spicy hot pot, Chengdu will never fail to surprise you. Let's explore together. Chengdu ranks as a top-tier new first-tier city in China. Positioned as the headquarters and business hub of Western China, financial hub and expo center, skyscrapers in Chengdu. Not merely a measure of urban growth, but a symphony where history and future collide. They pierce the clouds with monumental grandeur, yet weave nature and humanity through architectural choreography. On the fertile stage of the land of abundance, unveiling a sublime narrative of vertical ambition. The permanent population of Chengdu is over 20 million. Boasts strong economic strength. A famous historical and cultural city. The red lanterns light up at night, full of the hustle and bustle of daily life. The nightlights of Chengdu's new urban areas. It is a perfect integration of modern urban aesthetics and a sense of technology, and secretly harbors delicate design ingenuity, outlining a resplendent yet orderly world of light and shadow. Chengdu is rich in tourism resources and boasts many famous scenic spots. Chengdu is a city with a continuous history of 3,000 years, where the city name has remained unchanged and the city's site has never been relocated. Dufu Thatched Cottage in Chengdu was the former residence where Dufu, a great poet of the Tang Dynasty in China, lived in exile in Chengdu. The winter of the year 759 AD, Dufu took refuge to avoid the An Lushan rebellion. He brought his family along, traveled from Longyu into Sichuan, and finally made his way to Chengdu after much wandering. In the spring of 760 AD, he built a thatched cottage by the Huanghua stream and lived there. He he lived here for nearly 4 years in total.
He composed more than 240 poems here.
This is the Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding, a world-famous ex situ conservation base for giant pandas. The current wild population of giant pandas is approximately 1,900. It was announced at the 2024 Global Giant Panda Partners Conference that the global captive population of giant pandas has reached 757.
Encouragingly, the population structure of giant pandas continues to improve.
Chengdu has a long history of tea houses. It can be traced back to the late Qing dynasty. The tea pouring with a long-spouted pot and Sichuan tea art is a major feature. The tea pourer carries a pot filled with 2.5 kilograms of water. A purple copper pot with the spout as long as 1 meter.
Stand a few steps away from the tea drinker to pour tea for them.
The entire process of taking a bowl, lifting the teapot, pouring tea, and shouting out. The movements are skillful and the postures are graceful, making it highly ornamental. The unique stunts of Sichuan opera, such as face changing, fire spitting, and lantern rolling, let tea drinkers enjoy more leisure cultural experiences while savoring their tea. Sichuan's food culture has a long history. The local flavor is extremely rich. Sichuan cuisine is notably characterized by the principle of one dish, one style, 100 dishes, 100 flavors. They are adept at using spiciness, yet by no means add it to every dish, but rather apply numbingness when it should be numbed and spiciness when it should be spiced. The warm, hospitable, optimistic, and open-minded character of Sichuan people is also reflected in their diet. People enjoy gathering together to savor delicious food. Enjoy life. This makes Sichuan's food culture more than just a gustatory pleasure, but rather, it is a way of socializing and cultural inheritance. This is Chengdu. Welcome to Chengdu.
Western Sichuan rests at the southwestern frontier of China's magnificent landscape.
Most people immediately pictured the majestic snow-capped mountains when thinking of Western Sichuan. The sacred Gonga, monarch of the Henduan Range. Cloaked in eternal snow, these colossal sentinels dominate the horizon, their jagged ridges clawing at the clouds. Drawing every visitor's gaze heavenward. A realm of mystery and yearning, Western Sichuan's landscapes stirred the soul of every traveler. The landscape unfolds with endless snow-draped ranges, their serrated ridges stitching earth to sky. The boundless Tibetan Plateau grasslands. Crystal clear lakes where you can see straight to the bottom. With traditional Tibetan settlements dotting the Intermonte Mesa. Geological forces have chiseled these landscapes into natural galleries of sublime artistry. The beauty of Zhaozhaigo. It's as if the creator overturned his palette. Over 100 haizis scatter across the mountains like shards of jade in colored glass. Sediments on 5 flower lakes bed morph into mesmerizing gradients. Peacock blue, emerald green, and amber gold, as if alive with chromatic alchemy. Nurilang Falls weaves glacial meltwater in the silver ribbons cascading down the cliff face. Refracting sunlight into prismatic rainbows. In late autumn, the forests blaze in chromatic splendor. Mountains robed in gold, crimson, and hunter green mirror perfectly upon the lake's surface. Forming a three-dimensional phantasmagoria with the petrified trees and travertine formations beneath the lake's surface. Dear friends, the splendors of Zhaozhaigo are beyond counting. Each turn reveals nature composing poetry in water and light. Every inch of this land deserves to be felt with the heart and savored like fine poetry. It unfolds like nature's own dreamscape poem, where water stitches verses in sapphire and forests rhyme in gold. May you one day step into this earthly paradise and let its magic rewrite your soul's geography. To immerse yourself in its boundless wonder, where every sense becomes a compass to the sublime.